I am so hoping that this will work. I have been messing with this for a little bit and I'm hoping it actually works. Hello everybody. We are continuing our fundraiser for Ukraine. What that simply means is this is a diamond art. This is diamond painting. Diamond painting is color by number, but with little plastic drills and pens with little wax in order to stick to them to be able to put them on the sheet. So what we have here today is I will be diamond painting. This diamond painting is from Diamond Art Club. Diamond Art Club is a company. This was actually my first purchase from Diamond Art Club. Diamond Art Club is a company that pays royalties. So every time, my understanding is every time you make a purchase from Diamond Art Club, you can be assured that the artist is going to get paid for it. And in this space, as well as lots of other spaces, we really care about artists getting their fair share, and in this situation they do. The person who made this beautiful painting, which you can see as a whole, if I turn it this way, you can see that that tree is that tree. I'm now on the red one, and I'll be moving forward, as well as some of this is already done. The picture looks kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with it. We'll see. But this is from Olha Darchuk, and she is a Ukrainian artist who is making royalties on this. Of course, the concept is figure out any way you can to get money to Ukrainians so that they can fight this illegal war. Do everything that we can. And as a person on the internet that just restarted my YouTube channel, my thought is I want to make my voice heard to help support people in giving back to Ukraine and doing everything we can so that the people of Ukraine know that we're behind them, know that they're standing up for democracy in the world, and we have their back. And one of the ways we have their back is financially. We have to financially provide them money. So you'll see in the links, there's a link to Trevor Noah's The Daily Show, because I trust that fundraiser. You'll see some other links as well. Please join me. I will be, you could look past at some of the last, when I first started this a couple days ago, but my concept is to do whatever I can. And one of the things I can do is I can diamond paint. And so I'm going to diamond paint. So what I'm going to do is just set up, and I can talk about the diamond painting. So this is wax. This is really old wax. And then this is newer wax. You end up getting wax with each kit. If you purchase from Diamond Art Club, you will get however they provide their wax. And then what you get from other places is wax like this. It comes, no matter what, it always comes with two little plastic tabs, one on either side, and the purpose of that is to help protect the wax from getting dried out or hair all over it, or whatever it is that happens to be your issue at home. And then behind here there's a light pad. And on some of the other videos I go over my setup, but I might during this go over my setup. And then here is this stuff called sticky, which I knew about as like earthquake tack back in California when I lived there. So what you do is you take the tack, you lift up the plastic line so that you can get to the wax underneath, and you fill the little holes, see, with, you can't see it over here, that's okay, with the wax, so that when you put it on the diamond, on the little plastic bead, you can then use it to move over. So we're just going to get a little set up. There's no reason. Usually some people keep theirs fully set up. Other people set it up as they go. For me, I am going to just start going. So a lot of people set up their kits in different ways. Let me just pause this for a moment. Everybody sets up their kits in different ways. You receive packets of the colored beads, and then for me, these came with stickers, which was new to me. That's what was right here, and I ended up taking each of those stickers off, and I put them on a little like Tic Tac container that I bought from Amazon, and then you fill up the beads in there, and then you use the legend, which is always on the right or the left side of the painting, in order to decide what you're going to do. So we're just going to get started. So one of the ways to get started is choose a color that pops out at you. For example, I know that all these minus signs are going to be easy for me to find, so I'm going to start with that. So that's called 41. And then you can take the longer piece. See how they just kind of grab on? Do you hear that? I have the mic close by. And then what you do is you do your row. Oh, I lost one. Sometimes if I lose them, I can pick them up, but hopefully I'm having the floor changed out. And then what happens is some people, like me, are not very good at making straight lines. And so what you can, oh, I don't know if that really hurt you or not. That hit the mic. They have these plastic straighteners that you can then go up against the piece and straighten. And I will do that at the end. I did some of that the other day here, but a lot of times that by itself is so relaxing that I prefer to do it once it's complete. And then I have a little storage case right here of some of the extra. These are free pens that come with the kit. This is my first pen that I actually purchased. And then here is a set of tweezers with a very sharp end, but they didn't come with little protectors, so I just put a little sticky so that I have protectors on there. And that's what we do. Now, there's different terms of art, different terms that are used in diamond painting that you'll hear. And one of them is called a whip, W-I-P. So the next one we're going to do is, it looks like 4. And so 4 over here is not 4, it's actually a U. So we have to look for what is 4. 4 happens to be 36. And if you look there, you can see that the 4 is the symbol. So that's the number according to the diamond painting. So this 36 really only matters to, the 36 really only matters to this piece. The middle is the symbol for this piece. And then the last set of digits have to do with the, there's like an embroidery code or embroidery number. I don't remember exactly, but it's a company's number system that is very well known in this industry. And that's what that means. So that if you ever, for example, run out, or they didn't give you enough, or say you don't want to have the 4 be dark dark brown. Say you want to change the coloring, which is absolutely possible. You can no doubt do that in any of these paintings, especially paintings that have shadows. If a painting has a shadow, you can easily change out the color with a different color with the shadow colors that are there. So what you don't see is there is a piece of plastic over protecting the sticky part. This is called a partial. This doesn't have any sticky. Hear that? That has sticky. And so what you want to do is you take off the plastic that protects the glue. And if you ever want to change colors, you easily can, and you can always go by the color by the number. So now this is 4, and I'm going to let me see if I could show you. See how it kind of already grabbed on? One of the tricks is doing it slightly at the edge. You could do it straight up and down, but that's gonna, I think, be the hardest on your hand. So for me, I like to kind of come in on the side, and that way I'm being a little too gentle. You gotta have a little bit more force right there. See? And then that's already done. Now, every diamond painting is different. I'm only going to talk to you about round. These are round drills or diamonds. Think rhinestones. You also have square. I have not done any square yet, and I say yet because of course I'm going to try it. But right now I love the round, and the reason I like the round is because I can see a lot more of the picture behind it, so I don't get stuck with sharp edges, kind of like pixelations, because I'm using round. Do you see? And it's also a partial, so it's intended where you see the drawn on branch in the back. And then this one has guides. So if you see, there's a 4, and then it has a circle around it, and that circle is intended to tell me to place the drill there. I don't quite understand why they have that, because the 4 by itself is good enough to tell me to put it there, but it is what it is, and I'm grateful for the piece, so it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't make a difference for me and if it has a circle or not. Now if there are different pieces that I do have, say, the option, because sometimes a piece you have the option to go round or square. I like round. If it did have an option for the circle around it or not, I would choose not. But honestly, I've never, it's not big enough for me to, it's not a big enough issue for me to think about even not purchasing or something like that. I purchased this by myself. I'm not sponsored. I am new to the diamond community. I have, I guess, 305,000 views on my channel, but that's because I was active over 10 years ago when I was part of a diet group trying to get rid of some extra fat that I didn't want, and so my numbers are really from then. I'm new to this again, and I still have to get to know the people in the community. So let me go over some of the terminology. So this is called diamond painting. Right, the dogs are going nuts. Let me take a break and see what they need. Thank you so much. I am back. We got a delivery, so we will do an unboxing of beauty pie that arrived today. And, oh, the dog's going to smell in the garbage. Hey, baby love. I know. Probably smells good in there, but nope, not having it. Okay, so let's see if I can remember where we were. So, some of the terminology. So, one of the things you have in diamond painting is you have the plastic parts, which are you call them beads or drills or diamonds. Rhinestones are the same, think of that. We already went over the number system, so that'll match all your embroidery numbers, and maybe I'll look it up and link it, or just learn it in the future. I know whenever I go to a fabric store, if I need to know numbers, they already know what I'm talking about, so I don't think about it. I'm kind of into not learning what I don't need to and learning what I need to. So these are trays. Different trays come with the drills. So in every diamond painting that I've ever purchased, I started with my purchases on Amazon. The way that you always end up getting whatever you need in that one kit, so you don't have to worry about it. And those came with trays like this. But with Diamond Art Club, it came with a tray that has the glitter, which I like, because when you put it down, you can kind of see where it is versus it being completely clear, and you don't. Now, this is one that I purchased. It's a stackable. One of the other things that you end up getting, which I did not, is you always get a stopper so that it doesn't fall out. I did not receive a stopper, but it doesn't matter. We have enough wax and we have enough things that we can make a stopper. So I'm looking, and I think I'm done with 4. And so each has a pen, and then you have add-ons to the pen. So you have all these different kinds of bottoms for different type of, oops, sorry, I hit the mic again, for multi-placement. And then, as I showed earlier, you have, oh, keep hitting it, straighteners. And then you also have different types. For example, you have metal. So with me, I have a lot of previous pens. Let me see if I can find some of the previous pens. For example, from previous kits that I've done, I have additional pens that have stoppers. So what I can do is I can take the metal stoppers that I might want to use. That doesn't, see, it kind of fits in, and then it's thick enough. It's a little too much, honestly. I don't need that many. So for example, all I really think that is helpful is you have tweezers. I think a piece that is comfortable is helpful. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to load up the end with the sticky stuff. The end piece, I put it against a table, which you can't see, but hopefully you can hear. And then you roll it, and then that gives you that. The other pieces I really like happen to be straighteners. Straighteners are extremely helpful, but whenever I grab a straightener, I always want to be able to diamond paint when I just flip it. So I load those up. I can put that in the bin. I like having these pieces. It depends on which one you particularly like. I don't know yet which one I might prefer, so I'm going to put them both. I'm going to get them both ready on both sides. And then I really don't use the others much, so I understand why I put them away. And then I have a smaller, you know, this only has a couple for the drills, and then I've got the end. So that if I want to grab, I can, and I usually put it, I can keep it over here for you guys. And then I have the last piece, which is the orange that came with this. This is my main piece. And I make sure I put the wax. So that stuff is called wax. I am not the person to ask about wax. I don't really know. I'm gonna put, I don't really know a lot about wax. There are different kinds of wax. I have watched some people on YouTube do little experiments about which wax lasted longer and things like that. And the thing is that you get everything in your kit, so you don't have to buy anything. It's just, you know, whenever you get into a hobby, you like to kind of specialize and have something just for you that's different. That's what all the specialty stuff is. It's extra, it's nice, but it's not necessary. Okay, so next is one of the tricks is, so we've discussed the legend and the symbols. One of the other things is, how do you decide which color or bead or that you are going to right there. Which bead are you going to fill in next? So a lot of it depends on if you're a righty or a lefty. For example, you want to not have your hand on sticky stuff. So one of the things I would do is, knowing I'm coming from the right to the left, this star is on that sticky, I would end up probably doing the star next. So that's what I'm going to do. I also kind of forgot about this down there, so I will do that also later. So you pour some in. You can, if you want, have an end piece. You wiggle it a little bit because there are these ridges. See that? There are these ridges, and you want the diamonds to fall within the ridge, right? Super easy. And when it falls within the ridge, you can take one at a time. You can also grab it by the end, and then you can place it. You can grab it more directly, but being that I had carpal tunnel on my right hand, I try to be as gentle as possible with this hand. So if you notice, you can also use the multi-placers. Even, like, for example, this is a whatever number multi-placer. We'll figure it out when we fill it up completely. You don't have to fill it up completely. You can use it partially to do less than the number of multi-placers that you need. So this size I like because I can kind of handle it. I'm not advanced enough to be really good at some of those 10 pointers. See? And then what you want to do is you want to cover up you want only the color to show through, but a lot of times I'll fix that up at the end with the straightener because these are movable. So it's so much fun. I got into this because I've been working with my doctors on getting healthier, and my primary care physician, Nishi Kumar, who is absolutely fantastic. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, she's with Baylor Scott and White, and honestly, wherever she was, I would follow her. She's absolutely incredible. I have not been very fortunate in my life to have good doctors. I've had to do a lot to find really great specialists, and fortunately I just fell upon her. I'm incredibly grateful. So one of the things that she's been talking about, let me breathe. I lost a diamond, and then it usually falls right on the floor, but usually you always get a lot more than what you need, so it's okay. And as we already said, what happens if you don't have enough diamonds? You can easily order more because you know the number, because it's right here on the right side. So one of the things that my doctor kept talking to me about was meditation. She thought it would really help me if I could meditate. I tried. I've done silent retreats, and I've done a lot of that kind of stuff, so I can get into it if I need to, but it wasn't working for me. It was almost more stressful. And then I don't even know if I'm right with the next statement I'm going to make. I listen to Andrew Huberman all the time, and so sometimes if I hear something that's smart, I just attribute it to him, even if it happens to be scientific research from somewhere else. So it might have been him, might not have been. He talked about active meditation. You don't have to just get in a room and be still. You can do something called active meditation. Well, I've experienced that because I was a rower when I lived in Austin. I found rowing as a hobby, and the meditative part, the Zen part, the part that I was most attracted to in rowing was just that you kind of got into a different mental frame of mind. I can't explain it. For me, it was almost like yoga. When you get in a really great yoga pose, or when you are in a very good creative state and you feel like you're in flow. For me, I decided to try color by number with paint and stuff. Well, you know, I'm gonna be 50 in a couple months, and forget it, my eyes can't do those colors, and it was dark, and I was like, all right, this does not work for me anymore. Worked for me when I was younger, doesn't work for me now. And so when I was on Amazon, thank you Amazon algorithm, it led me to two things. It led me to diamond painting, and then in diamond painting I learned about these light pads, and these light pads make it so that it shines up and you can see the symbol, and it gives you a great surface and just benefit. All you have to do is figure out the size you want. So if you think about the diamond paintings that you're going to do, choose a size that works for you. This one I think is called B4. And it's the perfect size for me. If I start getting into bigger diamond paintings, I will probably figure out something else. I'd like to figure out something where I can have a setup when I'm sitting down. But the thing is, my back is really bad, and I do a ton better when I'm standing up versus sitting down. So I'm not really sure. I'm kind of talking as I'm thinking. I'll have to figure it out. But right now, I don't need to buy anything else. This diamond painting is going to take me a little bit. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more in process and 2 more in a box. 2 more in boxes. The ones that are boxed up right now are seasonal for the December holidays. And so those I don't even need to look at for a while. But so let's get into vocabulary. So when I'm working on a piece, working on a project, it's called a WIP, work in progress, right? So you'll see on YouTube videos, you'll see like diamond painting or embroidery or color by number or whatever the base craft is, followed by the word WIP. And it means that you are seeing that person's work in progress. It's not done. It's not a first impression when we first unbox. It's not a haul when we first get it. And it's not a post review. Post reviews in this space has been instrumentally helpful for me, because the biggest thing you care about with diamond painting as somebody who's making an intelligent purchase is, how was it to do? Is the board sticky, or is the board really not sticky and all the diamonds just keep falling off? Are the diamonds and the drills, are they cut really well, where it's a beautiful circle? See how all these, let me put more down. You might hear one of the dogs purring, dreaming. See, look how they even out. Do you see how that is? Now this is a mist color, so I put that in. I have 2 bins. I have something called a trash bin. So trash bins are important to keep, especially if you're going to do a post review, because trash bins are those drills that were not worthy of being placed on your canvas. Maybe they were broken, maybe they had a air bubble in the top, maybe it wasn't a flat bottom, maybe if it's an AB, which is something borealis, I have to remember the word, those are those little special drills. Those are the ones that have, like, I think glitter and things like that. You want to keep your trash because you want to have an idea of how much trash came with that kit, and you're not going to want to buy from a company where where a lot of the drills are trash, right? Makes sense? So it's not massively complicated, but it does take some organization and some thoughtfulness with this. The good thing is that you always know where you are, because if it's not done, it has to be done, and you'll figure out your way of doing it. So WIP is work in progress. Trash are the drills that are bad that you keep. Some of the extra ones that are in there, I put to the side so that if I'm running low, I have a container of the drills that, you know, dropped or whatever, so that if I am running low, I can grab from there. Confetti. Okay, so each painting is, the colors seem to be organized in 2 ways for the way that people talk. One is called confetti and one is color blocking. So we know color blocking because say you wear an outfit that's all green, right? And then say you decided to wear red pants with your green because that's what you want to do for whatever reason. That's color blocking. You have 2 major colors, which means if you were a diamond painting, I wouldn't have to change my drills much, right? I could use one really large container because I'm doing all of them. I have a piece, let me show you. So this piece, for example, has a lot of color blocking, right? You have all the white, you have the green, you have the black, you have all, or dark blue it actually is. And so some people prefer to color block, so they'll choose paintings that don't change up the colors a huge amount because that's what they enjoy. And the greatest thing with this is you get to decide which paintings you're going to work on, and it's all based on what you think you'll enjoy. Do you want to stay with the same theme? Are you a nature person and trees just do it for you? Or you know, do you want to change it up? Do you want like a Batman, or do you want to give these as gifts so that you'll choose what you think somebody else would like and then give that to them as a gift? You get to decide. Now, for me, I don't know what it is, I love confetti. The more I have to change colors, the better. I just adore that. And if I'm not filming, I might have a whole bunch of the plastic containers that I've gotten, and I might just fill them all up and put them on. I have this tray, so I'm going to fill them up all on the tray and then just go with one at a time, you know, like that. Not doing that here because I want a different experience. For me, I want the experience nuts. I'm going to stop it and be right back. Can you hear all that? The dogs were barking because we have some people just doing stuff next door. And I brought them all inside. I like them. I like them barking. They're protector dogs. I mean, I love them and they're great with me, but they're protector dogs, and so I love that they bark. But I didn't feel like having the barking during, you know, when people are doing what they were doing next door. So now everybody's got some excellent dog treats. They've got all their little areas, and unfortunately I can't diamond paint yet because Sadie is going to lose hers to AJ. Let me see if I can take this off. So she's got hers. She's kind of a good mess right there. And then this, I have to do something with that. That's a new thing for me, but I need it for my lymphatic system. And then this. Here's my little peach. Here's my little Josie Peach with all the slobber on her hand, and she's into it. And there's my little honey bear. Into that. And then I'm not going to do a lot because Sadie will give up anything I have for her. She is right there. That's my little girl. She's in front of my rower. I love this rower. I protect it, and I rode 20 minutes today. And then when I look down, there's our big boy. There is our big boy enjoying his. And so hopefully everybody will be good for a little while. And I mean, you know, 10-15 minutes. That's about it. So then there's another piece I did. It feels very, very cluttered and I have to work on it. This has been my working area. I have my computer with a music stand to hold things that I'm doing, and I'm working right now on the large print version of Beauty Blossoms here. I'm working on the large print version, so I sit here and I work there, and that's the poop calendar I mentioned. And then I put the candles from Beauty Pie that I got the other day to smell up. So there, it looks really crowded, and I'm hoping to have it be a little less crowded. But here's the piece. If you want to get a better vision. Isn't it pretty? I was hoping to be able to have the piece. Let me see. So this is the star. If I shake this, there we go. You see, you just do it however makes you happy. I don't know if that works. All right, so we'll see how that works. Everybody seems quite pleased for the moment. And I shut the doors so that they can't go outside, but that does not mean they won't bark, because the windows are open and they can still see anything that they want to see out there. See? So then all of these stars are done. See? Oops. Okay. It's 8. Okay. Now let's choose another. Ooh. You can see I need it to straighten. So then we have this with a line. We can go for that, or we could do the dots. Let's try the dots. That's 14. No reason between choosing one and the other. You get to decide. You get to decide what works for you, how this means it for you. So I always just keep this thing out so that I know what I'm working on. Whoop. I prefer this one. The greatest thing about this is you don't need to know any of the words. You don't need to know what size light you need to use. Just, if you have the finances and can be wrong, get the one that you think. There'll always be somebody that you can give it to. More people are getting into this all the time because it's incredibly relaxing. Everything that you need comes in a kit, almost always. At least for me, that's been my experience. And so just get a piece that you would love to look at for in detail for a long period of time. That's it. Scroll pictures, and a picture that catches your attention, throw it in your cart. A whole bunch in your cart. And then save them for later and buy one. Just one. You don't need more than one. You're one person. You can watch some videos on how to kit up and kit down. Okay, more terminology. So when you go to start a painting, you are usually going to have all of the drills in plastic containers that you have to break and, you know, cut open in order for you to get to the drills inside. Most of them are not like zippers, zipper closures. Most of them are not zipper closers. Once in a while you get zipper closures. That's a benefit, but usually that's not the default. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to do something called kitting up. And kitting up means you're preparing your workspace. So you are taking all of those drills and you are putting them in your, whatever is yours, your Tic Tac container, or your little whatever container you decide, right? Now, usually the packet comes with some plastic bags, so if you don't want to buy anything, just choose one color at a time. Oh, AJ just walked up. He's done with his. Oh, whoa. Hold on. Did you hear that? What did you do? You tried to get somebody else's, and you went for somebody, for one of the dogs that's going to fight back. You shouldn't do that. You should leave their stuff alone. You already got yours. And I'm not going to let you have more because we finally got you to a weight that you're good at, and I want to keep you at that healthy weight. Much better than you were before when you were overweight. You're running, you're playing, you're doing stuff. What? Does somebody have the nerve of coming near the house? No. Somebody had the nerve of coming near the house. They really should know better. I'm hot. Let me. There. Oh, much better. I have my workout clothing on. I put sweatpants and everything on after because okay, some of the other things to be aware of is the way that you're going to stand or sit. One of the problems you'll notice that people complain about is neck pain. That is because they are pushing their neck way out in front. Instead, what you need to do is get your body near the painting so that you are in a comfortable position for hours on end without hurting your neck. So for me, what I do, and you can look at one of my other videos, for me, I use like a little stand, and I use all the sticky tape to have my piece on an angle instead of flat, because whenever it's flat, I notice that that's when my posture will be off, and when my posture's off, my neck is bad, right? So for me, I put this on an angle and I bring my body as close as possible to the painting so that my neck is not protruded in front of my body. Does that make sense? Does not protrude. I think that's the word, does not protrude. So, and then like some of these are sticking kind of weird, but some people are really wonderful at looking at every drill and making sure that they're all perfect before they paint. I am not a perfectionist, so that's not my life goal. I feel like if it's not good enough, it will pop out at me. If it didn't pop out at me, it's good enough. Also, these can come out later. I mean, I've put drills in the wrong spots, and as a result, I had to take some of them off. Also, I started putting a signature on the bottom right corner with rhinestones, and when I first did that, I was taking a bunch off. So for me, there we go. I'm completely good with, if they're not absolutely perfect, fine with me. This is enjoyable. I'm not, even if, I'm not selling them, and if I were to sell them, I would sell them to people, letting them know I am not putting this forth as perfect. I'm putting this forth as beautiful, and beauty has imperfections, so I'm totally fine with it. If I see a drill that isn't good, I'll stop and, throw it out, put it in the, what word did we learn? Trash. That's right. So we'll learn other words as the days go on. It's nice to learn them a little bit. And just one of the really great things is just search for diamond painting whip. You already learned whip. You might have whip and chat, which means we're working in progress and we're chatting at the same time. You might have whip in an ASMR, so you might have where we're not talking, or we're talking very little, and instead you are going to relish in all of the sounds. See? Of the diamond painting. So the thing that I like is you just put it on in the background, we're not saying instrumental things that are required for you to memorize. So just put us on in the background as though, your mom or your grandma or a good friend is in the room. Feel the warmth of a happy woman. And when you're listening to diamond painters, listen to it with that, through that filter. Listen to it through the filter of how nice it is to have a woman or a man, somebody who is just enjoying the beauty of art. People like me who find drawing challenging, but still love doing things that require me to move. Find this incredibly calming, and I hope you do too. If you don't like the sound, mute it. Some people will have dogs in the background. I do my best to edit that out, so you'll have moments of complete quiet, and you'll also have sometimes where I just cut something out, because I know in this house, if we hear a dog, it will drive all the dogs crazy. So for me, I try to get rid of any dog sounds, or not any, but dog sounds that I feel might set your pups off, and I don't want to do that to you. I want this to be a space where there's no cursing. Sometimes I get on a soapbox. I mean, I love when I get on the soapbox. It means that I've touched upon something that matters to me. I'm completely fine with that. But No matter what soapbox I get on, my intent is never to curse. So that, not at home, I mean, I've been in construction, I can curse when I want, but I don't want to in this situation. And so you'll notice that I won't curse, so that if you just want to have me on in your house and you have kids or you have animals or you have any of those things, you know, whatever video that comes on for me, whether I'm talking about federal service dogs and disabilities, or whether I'm talking about legal advocacy or managing general underwriters and how to possibly figure out how to get some medical advocates on your side, to unboxing of candles and journals, and to publishing my first book and learning about it and working on large print, especially for libraries. You're going to notice that this is a channel that's intended to be a space where you can listen, and anything that is said, if it does lead to a conversation with those around you, hopefully it'll be a good one that is respectful and informative. Look at that, almost down. All right, so this, see how that one is a little one? That one's trash. So I'm going to take that and I just actually throw it out. And then these are stuck together, so I will deal with that. There we are. And when I think I've had enough time, I think I've had about an hour, I'm going to stop, upload this, and make it live so that hopefully, this is Wednesday, you could see it today. And I can continue listening to, hopefully, our new Supreme Court Justice during her confirmation hearing. Thank you so much, everybody.